Right now, some of the smartest entrepreneurs I know are pulling in 30, 50, or even 100 plus buyers every single day. And they're not doing this with high ticket offers, endless content, or painful sales calls, right? They're using simple, low ticket systems that get them paid to then build trust that pre-sells people on those high ticket offers. So if you're stuck relying on ads or cold outreach just to book calls where you're never sure if people are going to show up or not, this is going to change how you think. All right, so this is all about stacking dollars or stacking low ticket offers, $1 products to hit more areas of your audience and build more trust so that there's a natural progression to your high ticket offers. Because if we're getting real about this, scaling high ticket systems has become harder and harder, and low ticket offers are the only way that I've seen to cut through the noise. Post AI, there's so much noise out there, it's very, very difficult to cut through that noise. And what it's resulted in is ad costs going through the roof, and that's true for all marketing. If you're doing content, you're gonna have to produce more content, so you're gonna have to get more people. Engagement of all of that stuff is going down, and the number of salespeople again is also declining because people are still running this like we're in an attention economy, where all you need to do is produce loads of stuff. But what we're now in is this trust economy. So if you want to get those sales back up, you need to work on that building of trust. People are still using a broken system though. And that broken system looks like this. They'll have traffic that goes through to some kind of free asset to build a little bit of trust, and then it's direct to a sales mechanism, usually a call for a high ticket offer. And let's say that you're paying $500 on ads to get somebody through to a webinar, and then that webinar promotes a call, and you're paying what used to be, I used to be able to get people on a phone call from a webinar for like $50. Now you're looking at $300 to $700, depending on so many different variables. But if that's how much you're paying just to get somebody on the phone, how many of those are you actually going to close as customers? Very few. How many of them actually turn up? You're going to have 50% of people nowadays who just don't even turn up because there's just so much noise. Okay, this is not strategy. You're not going to be able to scale your business like this. This is playing roulette. And this is without even getting me started on free lead magnets. Free lead magnets. Again, you used to be able to get reasonable leads for $2, and now you're looking at sort of $20 plus just to get somebody's email address. And freebie seekers want to stay freebie seekers. They rarely convert, if ever. So how are smart operators flipping this, right? They are flipping the funnel, and they are leading with low ticket offers. Filtering for buyers early, building the relationship that you need for those high ticket offers afterwards. You want to control that relationship first, and then you can build up to the high ticket sales. So this is what the basic system looks like, right? We have traffic, and that could be whatever you use: organic, social, organic content, search content, ads, cold outreach, whatever. But then we push people through to a simple low ticket offer, a $1 product, right? And the way that we build $1 product systems is with bumps and upsells, so that the average order value is anywhere between $1 and $500. That then goes through to a trust builder, which goes through to this same sales mechanism. Now, what will happen here is a couple of things. One, the money that you get from here will pay off whatever you're doing here, okay? That is how that's going to work. Secondly, the people who here are buyers. Buyers buy again. They are so much more serious. They engage at a much higher rate. So they're going to go through this trust building sequence, which is going to get them pre-sold on your high ticket offer. So you're going to have fewer calls here. You're not going to have a completely packed calendar unless you scale this up. But while you've got fewer calls, you'll have a much, much higher turn up rate and conversion rate, which makes selling this $2,000 offer much, much easier. Now, if you saw my last video, I talked about how things are changing, and these kind of simple one-shot funnels to go straight down aren't really working. And what you need is you need to have multiple traffic sources that push through. And that's still true. You can take this key asset up here, chop it and change it into multiple different things to get them into this funnel, because there's multiple touch points to build that familiarity and get them to the point where they're like, you know what, it's $1. What have I got to lose? I might as well try it. But the best way to scale that people are doing is, one, they get one of these funnels up and running. And then what they do is they take the first half here and they duplicate it, right? And then basically what you have is you have multiple $1 product funnels. Now, always we're looking for this bit to pay off this bit. And that means that you can keep churning people through, more and more buyers coming through. Okay. And that means that you're going to get a consistent source of leads. And you're also going to be hitting all of those multiple touch points for trust, because they might see this one and then this one and then buy on this one, because they're like, oh, this person really seems to know what they're doing. And you supercharge it by stacking the actual offers. So what I mean by that is, let's say that you have your key solution, which is your $1 offer, and it's a simple solution to a painful problem. Okay, you then spin this out into multiple different things. One is a book, one is a course, one is a workshop, all talking about the same thing. Those are 3 different cohorts of the same audience, right? Some people prefer to read a book, some want to do a course, some want a workshop, some want something else, right? So you have the same solution and you simply reformat it into something else. Then you talk about the marketing of it, and these are talking about the pain, the win, the idea, whatever that might be. Then from these 3 different formats and 3 different angles, you've got 9 different potential touch points that you can throw out to your audience to build trust across those touch points. Oh, look, I just saw they were talking about this pain and they've got a book that solves that pain. Oh, wow, they're talking about a win. Right, I'm sold. I saw about the pain. Now I'm seeing about the win. Oh, they've got a course that shows me how to get the win. Perfect. Let me go do that. And that's essentially what you're doing, is you're trying to do all of these touch points to try and build that trust over time. Now, building trust up to a $500, $1,000, $2,000, $10,000 deal, very hard, which is why we go in with a low ticket offer and stack those. Much, much easier to build the trust for a $1, $20, $50 purchase, right? This then gets you daily buyers coming into your business, and those buyers are between 12 and 56 times more likely to buy again than freebie seekers. And you're getting, in this case, let's just call this 50 of them per day when you scale this up and you've got the ads at a point where they are self-liquidating. And then all you need to manage are the ads, and then throwing people into the automated systems that push them towards your sales mechanism. Best part of this is that this is not an endless content treadmill. There's no DMs that feel like begging. There's no 90-minute webinars that burn you out. This model should pay for itself. Once you've got it dialed in, it grows your reach and it compounds over time because it keeps building trust through those multiple touch points that I said you need to have. The wonderful thing is, even if 5% of the people, we aim for a 5% conversion rate or 5 to 10% conversion rate here, buy in at this, because you're getting, say, 50 people per day coming through, you're going to get a couple of high ticket clients every single day, which is amazing. And that's without chasing, without hoping, and without hustling. They're coming to you, they're buying your things, and then they're pre-sold on this over here. If you're tired of gambling on cold traffic and want to build a buyer-based business from day one, this is the model that you need to be adopting, right? Straight to high ticket just does not work anymore. You'll have seen all of those key metrics, engagement, sales, and all of that stuff declining because people are so burnt out on the amount of content that's being sold. So stop selling them information, start giving them solutions, start talking about that solution from all the different angles, as many touch points as possible to get them to think that is exactly what I need. You can do that, you can get them in. If you want to know how to set this up, I put something called the $1 product challenge together, and this shows you how to build and launch your first low ticket offer, how to use it to grow your buyer list fast, and how to turn it into high ticket revenue without hard selling. It's just $27. You'll walk away with a working system, not theory. The link is below. Once you know how to set up one of these $1 product funnels, you can just duplicate the funnel and then really supercharge how many people are coming through to whatever that sales mechanism is to get the high ticket offer into their hands and their money into your bank. If you have any questions, drop them below. If not, see you in the next one.